Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. Welcome to your reading for February 6th through the 12th. This week, you are being encouraged to remember to stay in flow. The energy this week has a actually pretty good, nice flow to it. Pretty good, nice. What you feel, how you decide to feel about something always creates the reality of it. And this week, so keep your idea of everything is in your favor. Remember, 2023 is the year for me, and this is the lucky year to be a Cancer, right? And so really it comes down to creating the flow that you want and working toward it. There is going to be, as always, an effort required, and so I think this week it's about figuring out what deserves your time. It's about prioritizing. This week definitely feels about prioritizing and figuring out what choices you need to make to move things in the direction you want to go. Overall energy is the Nine of Cups. Again, what you feel, you make real. So she is sitting there and she is meditating and she is visualizing and she's also absorbing the positive energy, and she has her cups all stacked up, and so she's bringing in what she wants. And I feel like there's a real opportunity this week. The energy is a nice flow for it. We do have some difficult energy on the weekend, but because it's the Scorpio thing that's going on, I almost feel like because Scorpio moon is what's triggering it, that's kind of an energy that could flow and work with you if you will allow it to. But you're going to need to almost overcome your fear of not being good enough. I think that's what it is. It's like, am I good enough to do this? Am I capable of this? Wow, this is a week where so many major arcana keep showing up. I almost said throwing up. That's funny. Okay, here we go. So the key to the situation here is this Two of Wands. And in this Two of Wands, yeah, we see the wands, but they're already lit up. They're both lit up, so that's on fire. And so I feel like you're very much, you've already had some accomplishments, right? And now you're looking at the bigger picture, the whole world in your hand. It's almost as though trying to figure out how, what's the next best step. It feels like you're mapping out, much like Capricorn, mapping out what is coming in for you and how to take the next step, but you're using your intuition to help you figure it out. And so that is different. And so working with your intuition to help and guide you into the direction that you want to go this week, we're really leaning into that. What's draining your energy is the Queen of Wands. So I feel like there's something that you're trying to create and it's somehow exhausting you. Like you feel like I should be doing more. The Eight of Pentacles in the area of where you're trying to get the information means you're trying to organize, which is great because we have the Moon in Virgo at the beginning of the week to really help you with that. How do I organize, prioritize things in a way so I can master? And it feels like the mastery of time that is going on here. It's about an overall balancing act, making sure you have time for yourself and you have time for and you have time for I gotta show you this. This is so cute. There's this little crab and this little kitty down here, and they're playing with each other. It's super cute. I feel like that's the energy this weekend. Like you can play around, but people might be a little crabby. Okay, so watch out that you don't get pinched, right? The struggle is the Four of Swords. So the struggle is either physically healing, getting enough rest. Are you going to bed on time? Are you creating a really good bedtime routine? Also, are you meditating enough? Because in the area of your resources coming in, there's this balancing card. But in here, she is meditating through doing yoga. And that's what's helping her to create this balance. And so do you have a good spiritual practice? And are you spending time on it? Because there is a justice, a balancing with the Justice card here in the heart space. And so again, there's a big need to bring everything into balance, right? We have the Two. We've got the Temperance, which is about balancing. We've got the Justice card, which is about things being in balance. You're going to anchor your energy into the Six of Pentacles, the give and take of your energy in a very balanced way. this is the outcoming cards. So I feel like this week, as you are sifting through, trying to figure out how can I work and rest and create, how do I do all that? And so there's choices that need to be made, because in the center here, that's where the major arcana are really showing up strong. We have the energy of choice. Decisions have to be made. Choices, what works, what doesn't work. How can I do this? And I also think not looking at yourself as though you're your small self. Here we have the moon card. I got to show you that. I love this moon card. The little kitty cat is looking into the water, and he sees the reflection of himself. And the reflection is he's so much more than he gives himself credit for. And this witch flying over the moon just feels like magic. And it feels like if you will allow yourself to see yourself as a much bigger energetic being than you are in your small physical body, you will realize that you can manage all of this, but there is a choice to be made not to be afraid of your own shadow, but to know that you can manifest and create what it is you're trying to create. There's a big balancing act this week, and I think it's around believing in yourself, really feeling what it is you want to create, and somehow working out the time management aspect of it. So, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the moon is in Mercury. Mercury energy is always good for exploration of, getting more information, studying, learning, and you have the card of education, but you also have the card of flying. And so this is elevating. So something at the beginning of the week that if you put the time and the effort into learning something, you are going to be able to elevate, to take things to a higher level, much like this witch is flying in this moon, right? You're going to be able to elevate a situation. You need to know more. So when you have the opportunity on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday to really dig into something, to dive in, to study, because the energy is totally supportive of what's going on there. It's great for conversation. You may get this information through attending a lecture or watching a webinar or something that you listen to. Sometimes on YouTube I get a lot of information that comes in that I might go, that's interesting, and then I do more of my own research, so maybe actually getting into a book and doing research. But information that is coming to you that is spiritually guided, a really good practice to do is in the morning, I pick a book, and I'm like, what do I need to know today? And I flip it open, and it falls open to a page, and like, oh, okay, yep, that's it. And sometimes it's a few sentences. So you could get yourself a book of power statements or affirmations or, anything like that where it's a positive, uplifting statements, and you could use that same practice within the morning to get you, but you can do that. You can do that with a Dr. Seuss book. I mean, it is amazing when you set the intention and you say, I'm going to pick up this random book here and I'm going to find something that is important that I need to know. Like I'm gonna show. I'm trying to find something that's not about astrology, but I don't actually have anything like that over here. So we're just gonna. I'm gonna demonstrate to you though. We're just gonna randomly open up this book. It's called The Cosmic Calendar, and and it falls open to. Supports Cancer and Scorpio suns by finding a way for everyone to benefit. So what are we talking about? We are talking about Mars in Pisces. So when Mars is in Pisces, this supports your energy. So it's just something to keep in mind. But so think about how that works for you. You can't remember what you saw in the first place and you want to move on. Now may not be the time, may not be for the committing type, going from job to job. So you could discover it's better to have than to not have. And so there for you at this point, because that's what it fell open to, Cancer, I think there's a possibility that there's a situation where what you're doing right now isn't exactly what you want to do, and you're being asked to explore and do something more with it because you have the card of education and flying, which is like freedom. And so if there is a situation when you're feeling a little stuck, a little stagnant, like nothing is moving, and you want to get things moving, now is the time to make that choice and the decision to take something and move it forward. You are in these, you got the 6 here and the 6 here. That's about the balance. A lot of balancing cards, but also about the energy of figuring out what it is that you want to do. You have the card of receiving that came out. So the card of receiving says, be open to receiving the goodness, believe you are worthy of abundance, and a gift is coming to you soon. All right? So this is when that moon is in Libra and all that information is coming in. There's a lot of communication this week. And so there's something that you're receiving, the information. It feels like you're receiving information, news or information, but it feels more like information that allows you to see this thing that I'm doing that I'm not really sure I want to do. I am going to move forward and I am going to do something else. And I think this is a week where overcoming your fears brings things more into balance financially. Feels like financially, energetically for sure. Like maybe even in a relationship. Whatever it is, it allows you to really set yourself free. To move. So, I go with the flow and I feel connected to the stream of life. So something comes in this week. If you're willing to move with it, you're going to be moving in the direction that you need to move. Oh. All right, Cancer. So, like I said, that moon in Scorpio might really benefit you. I think it's going to be easier for the water signs than it is for everyone else. Well, maybe not Scorpio. Easier for Pisces and for Cancer. You have here the card of miracles, love, and wonders. Like, be open to receiving some kind of a really important gift this week. A gift of knowledge, a gift of wisdom. This love could be the gift of self-love, where you begin to see that you are so much greater than you think you are, that you're so much more capable, and it brings things really into balance for you. This is super powerful. You have an opportunity this week to really grow and expand. And I think to figure out that it's okay to not do whatever that thing was, and let's do something else so I create more flow and more balance in my life. I mean, these are beautiful cards. It's amazing. All right, guys. Wow. Okay. Yours went fast. That's nice. All right, so I'm on Facebook every day. If there is anything that you would like to, what? They're saying if there is anything that you would like to do, some kind of a special goal or a dream that you have, they're asking you to write it down this week and to sit and visualize the outcome of it as though it's already happened and tap that feeling into your heart space so that you can help to be in flow and to manifest miracles. Make the time for that. Wow. Okay, anything else before you go? All right, you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you soon.